morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my new video. My name is AJ, your host for today. This is just a trailer video. It's not the main video. And I just wanted to take this opportunity to let you know my name has been added on various NGO sites. And the latest one is this one. It's coming from NATO. And they've targeted my channel. And also because of this, YouTube have stopped paying me for the last couple of months as well. So just wanted to say that you guys are following the right channel. Carry on supporting and doing what you can to help with the algorithm. And if you can support the channel, it'd be greatly appreciated. You can join my Patreons or locals, or you can just buy me a coffee. You guys are doing the right thing by following this channel, and everyone that's been supporting me so far, I really appreciate it. And carry on with your support, guys. It's really important channels like myself continue to spread the truth. These guys are really scared of us, and we must not let them win.
Proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my new video. I'm going to be talking about a few things today. The first clip I showed you is basically showing a bunch of Iranian thugs rioting. And you might think that they might be rioting in Iran because that's what the media likes to tell you. They like to show all of these images of Iranians standing up against the government, rioting all over Iran. But that clip was actually from London. Believe it or not, that was in London. And also, these are stuff that the media will never ever tell you. You know, these Iranians are not just demonstrating in Iran, they are demonstrating in London. They're causing all sorts of mayhem, and you've seen how people are getting attacked. You've seen how the police are getting attacked. So this is the stuff that media is not going to tell you. The second clip I showed you was there was about 30,000 Germans in Germany demonstrating about the cost of living crisis, the high energy costs, and they want these Nord Stream 2 pipeline to be restored. And again, this is stuff that the media is not going to tell you. You're not going to see any of that in any papers. And they have a narrative to basically spin. And these narratives are so clear, especially when it comes to the Crimean bridge attack. And you can see here, Daily Mail. This is Daily Mail, British paper. Massive explosion destroys the only bridge between Russia and Crimea. Happy birthday, Vlad. So can you see what the problem is here? Massive explosion. I'll give you an alternative headline, shall I? Alternative headline should be terrorist attack in the Crimean bridge. Suicide bomber kills himself and 3 other people. That's the correct heading. So can you see how they try and spin this? If this was the other way around, if this was something that Russia did to Ukraine, you would have seen what they would have done. They would have said, oh, this is genocide, and you've seen what they've done to Bucha, mass genocide. Vladimir Putin needs to be tried for war crimes. And when the heat is on the other side, they say it's a massive explosion. Can you see how these dumb Western reporters and Western media are spinning this? 20 years they fought a war against terror. They went to Afghanistan, they went to Iraq, killed million people. God knows how many people they've injured, God knows how many people they've displaced. Absolutely unbelievable. 20 years they spent on war on terror. And still, now they are celebrating terrorism in Russian soil. It's not just the Western media celebrating this, by the way. I've been to Twitter, and I can't show you this, but if you go to, if you type in Crimean bridge attack or Crimean bridge, just put Crimean bridge, you will see so many Ukrainians, so many people around the West just celebrating the fact that this terrorism attack occurred on the bridge. Actively celebrating. And you can see how this media article is celebrating. Happy birthday, Vlad. Can you see how twisted the world has become? 20 years ago, terrorism was the biggest threat to the world, not just to one nation, but to the world. And the whole world united was fighting against terrorism. And now they're celebrating terrorism. What the hell is the world coming to? Or shall I say the collective West is coming to? This is absolutely shameful. Absolutely shameful. There is no excuse to be celebrating these acts of terrorism. I mean, the guy blew himself up. Can you imagine can you imagine a white person going around blowing himself up as a suicide bomber? This is stuff that the West has been blaming Muslims for all of these years. They have been calling Muslims uncivilized. They have been calling Muslims, stupid for blowing themselves up. And now, white people are doing it. White Ukrainians. They're not Muslim. What the hell is the world coming to? What's going on here? What is the hell is going on? So let's move on to Elon Musk now. So Elon Musk has been sending his Starlink satellite and giving these access to the Ukrainian troops because Russia had shut down the internet in Ukraine. So basically, Ukraine cannot use internet or any navigation to attack Russian troops. Then Elon Musk comes along and he offers Starlink satellites to Ukrainian troops. And the Ukrainian military is now using Starlink satellite access for navigation and data gathering and intelligence, and also to target Russian troops and kill Russian troops. So this is what Elon Musk has been doing. So recently there's been some problems with Starlink outages. And I'm going to be explaining who was kind of behind it and why this is happening. Before I go any further, I want to kind of also talk about Elon Musk. Suddenly comes out with a peace plan between Ukraine and Russia. He also is coming up with a peace plan between China and Taiwan. His peace plan between Russia and Ukraine obviously hasn't impressed any Ukrainian people. He's asking Ukraine to kind of negotiate with Russia and give up the land. So Ukraine is obviously not happy with that. And again, with Taiwan, he's asking them to allow China to administer Taiwan in some capacity as well. And so Taiwanese are not very happy with that. So why is he suddenly coming up with all of these statements? So on one hand, he's providing access to Ukrainian troops to kill Russian troops. And the next thing is offering these internet trolls basically asking for a peace plan and stuff. So what gives? Why is he doing one thing and saying another? Also, Elon Musk is causing trouble in Iran as well. He's activated Starlink in Iran as the government shut down the internet protests. So again, Elon Musk is causing trouble all over the world. So why is he suddenly coming up with all these statements? So I'll tell you why. It's down to China. So currently, Musk says Beijing has made it clear of its disapproval of his recent rollout of Starlink, SpaceX satellites communications, and also Beijing doesn't want him to sell Starlink in China. So China is basically spooking him. And as you know, Tesla has got a big factory in China. In fact, one factory in Shanghai, and they're already building another gigafactory as well in China as well. So two massive gigafactories. They make a huge profit in China selling Teslas. The market in Tesla is doing really well. And the last thing Elon Musk wants is to be kicked out of China because of Starlink. And let me tell you about Starlink. This guy is using it for military means. This is not peaceful satellite. When you start using these satellites in a place of war between Ukraine and Russia, where Ukrainians are actively using these satellites to kill Russian troops, then you are not using it for peaceful means. You are using it for military. You are using it to kill troops and kill people. Same thing's happening in Iran. You've seen how these violent protests are going on in Iran. He's allowing these satellite links in Iran so these violent protesters can organize more protests and cause more mayhem and destruction. So this guy is getting involved in the world geopolitics events. His Starlink satellites are not just for peaceful purposes. They're used during war, they're used during conflicts, and they're used for rile up people for protests and riots, color revolutions, coups. So these satellites are extremely dangerous, and no wonder China is disapproving of Elon Musk's actions. I'm pretty sure that China will not want these satellites anywhere near China because this is what's going to happen. They feel that if there is a war between China and Taiwan, or if there's a war in the Taiwanese Strait between China and the West, Elon Musk will get his satellites activated again and use them against China at some point. There is no way China will allow that. And Elon Musk knows this, and to make amends, I believe, he knows he screwed up. So to make amends, he's coming up with all of these crappy comments about Ukraine needs to be peaceful with Russia. Same way with China and Taiwan. So he's coming up with all of these comments just to suck up to China, just to suck up to Russia again, because he knows he screwed up. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. He's used these satellites to kill Russian troops. The Russians will never forgive him. And the Chinese are watching. They are watching like a hawk. His days in China are numbered. So no point sucking up to China now. No point sucking up to Russia now. So who's causing all of these outages? Well, it could be a number of things. Number one, maybe Russia has found a way to jam these Starlink signals. maybe China has found a way and is helping Russia to jam these Starlink signals, or Russia and China gave Elon Musk a warning, a big warning. If he doesn't stop supplying Starlink signals to Ukraine, they're going to blow these satellites out the sky. They'll blow them up, or they'll disable them in space, and they have the means. And Elon Musk must have been like, all right, okay, I'll stop. So either Elon Musk is doing these outages himself, or Russia's doing it, or China's doing it. Obviously, Russia's doing it with Chinese help. Either way, Elon Musk, do not get the F involved in other countries' conflicts. If you want to use stuff, use it for peaceful purposes. Then you have to ask yourself, what about Tesla cars? If his satellites can do stuff like this, can his cars be used as spying devices? Because I don't know about you, but China has banned Teslas from coming near any government facilities like the Beijing Tiananmen Square and things like that. During times of stress, they usually ban Tesla cars from coming near any government offices and stuff, because Tesla cars could be used as spying devices. You just don't know. I believe Elon Musk's days are numbered in China. His actions in this war are absolutely disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. He's been involved in killing not only just troops, but could have killed innocent civilians. Because look what Ukrainians are doing. They're suiciding, bombing people. They're shelling the nuclear power plant. Does Elon Musk want to be involved in that? What if one of his satellites helps the Ukrainians to blow up the nuclear power plant? And imagine how many millions of people will be affected or killed. Does Elon Musk want that in his conscience? Absolutely unbelievable. So we're coming up to the idiot of the day, guys. So the idiot of the day is this reporter here in the Financial Times. And his name is Gideon Rachman. And his article is why I'd rather have Liz Truss than Xi Jinping as a leader. Oh my God, can you believe this shit? This is a guy writing for the Financial Times. I mean, when I was growing up, I thought Financial Times was an intelligent paper. When I was on the train going to work, I used to see people reading the Financial Times. They used to be dressed in suits. And I used to look at them thinking, oh, this is a very intelligent paper. These guys must be really clever or got good jobs. Now, the Financial Times is no better than the Sun, coming up with ridiculous articles such as this. I mean, who hires these idiots? Who hires these idiots? He'd rather have Liz Truss than Xi Jinping. Come on, guys. We're an idiot. I don't even have to go through this article. I mean, just the heading itself is laughable. How can anyone have Liz Truss? I mean, Liz Truss wouldn't be a leader of a poor third world nation. She'd be kicked out the first week or stoned. Absolutely unbelievable. Anyway, guys, that's all for today. Short one today. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to support me on Patreon, locals, or you can buy me a coffee. Thanks a lot. See you soon. Bye.